Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to the episode of Transport Fever 2, where last episode, guys, we set up our brand new lines that sail through the Baltic Sea. And we've now officially got Stockholm, Copenhagen, Hamburg, Gdansk and Riga all hooked up with a passenger ferry line. I thought it'd be so much more easier to do it that way than trains going all the way up here because it's just so long and winded, so many places to cross, and it was the complete mess. But we've also managed to get as well the fuel being sent over to Stockholm to slowly start growing this. Now, we destroyed it, but the expansions are going crazy. Today, I want to take a look at getting all the wood up here sent down to the sawmill, then sent down to create some tools, then sent to Copenhagen, blah, 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 all over the place. We're going to set a bunch of that stuff up. But today, more importantly, I want to set up some plane lines. I am so freaking excited to get this all up and running. Now, for the longest time, I've been talking about trains and how I'm going to use trains to kind of pretty much hook up every single city, but I don't think it's going to work that well. So what I thought about doing is picking one of the Western European cities to having like a big airport on it. And then in Eastern Europe, for example, I'm classing this as Eastern Europe, having an airport here. So all the cities here link to the airport, like all the cities over here will link to the airport, and then we use the two airports to transfer over. I mean, we'll still have lines linking up to different cities and towns and whatnot, but in terms of airplane routes, it's kind of what I want to get all set up. So there's a bunch of stuff I want to do today, and guys, if you are enjoying it, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new in here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when the next episode does come out. Now, I'm thinking also about placing an airport on Madrid and then using all the little Spanish and Portuguese towns around. We still have the train that goes from Madrid all the way up, but, you know, that'll be kind of, I think that's where we're going to start with the planes. But before we do any of that, though, I want to, we got some new boats on the go, boys, some new boats. I want to take a look at all this woodland area right now. So, the easiest thing for me to do would be to set up a train route. But there's 4 altogether. Now, if I set up one train route, sometimes it doesn't class as all 4 of these are being shipped down to here. And it doesn't really work in our favour. But I want to see what type of vehicles can we buy. Now, I know train would be the best option. I completely understand. I agree. I know. But what? Okay, it's only 14 though. I mean, I could have a load of vehicles tooting down. It would be good. But I know trains are going to be the better option. It's just the only thing would be is because I got to get a train line to over here, but I can have a train line pass down through there to continue. So it would kind of still work out. Right, I think we're looking at... Okay, we're going to do trains then, guys. We're going to do trains. So, what I'll do is first get a building set up, because I also need to get... I think the line going that way probably won't be trains, but then again, I might be able to hook some... Oh, it's a tough one, guys. It's okay. Right, we're definitely bringing trains down to here, then we'll figure everything else out in the long run. So, I need then buildings a cargo trade station, and we're going to do 2 tracks, make it kind of decent, rotate... and drop it just here so people can get to it and utilize it. So from over here then, I first need to make sure that I connect the roads up. Well, let me try that again. Let's do it with the bend. So to there. There's collisions apparently. Is this to do with the land not being the correct heights? Flatten or smooth? Yeah, let me go up the brush size. There we go. There we go, boys. So, for now, we'll just quickly delete this road. At the minute, it doesn't really lead to anywhere. There's no other towns or cities, so it doesn't really matter to us that it kind of just completely gets killed there. What I'm more focusing on is getting both of these hooked up, but it doesn't have to be both of them. But it would be nice. Now, I only technically need 1 train track here, don't I? So if I turn it that way, that sets me up with both of them. If I do a little bit smaller, no, I gotta go slightly big for the platform. Alright, how far can I push it back and still get onto it? There. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. And then we're pretty much doing the same on this side. So, for the roads... There we go. I'm kind of wanting to get that connected all the way up to here as well. Unlocking more trains. We're in super speed right now, aren't we? Right, I'll slow it down just a second because we're going a little bit too quick than my liking. There we go. Nice. And then I should be able to get a train station if I flip it all the way around. Just to there. So it incorporates both of the... what are they actually called these? They're called... just woods. Okay, they're literally just called woods. Fair enough. So, train line then. We're going to run, you know, 2 lines going up. Which is a given. Now, this... The inner line is going to turn into a different route in just a moment. So that will kind of just go up to that way. Whereas this will kind of follow us. And I'm hoping that bend can take place. Yeah. Wonderful. And that's going... I mean, I'll bring it up a little bit so Stockholm can kind of extend slightly. But that's literally how it's going to be to bring the wood down. That's literally all I want it to do. So that's pretty sweet then. We'll get a couple of lines set up right now then. So from there to there. New line. From there to there. Literally 2 lines. Identical. Do the exact same thing. All set up. All beautiful. So, we got to get the trains up and running on them. So we'll get then a little bit of a train depot just here. We'll get it there and I'll just kind of simply utilize it to do this. It doesn't really matter for us whatever else happens. It is what it is. And we'll buy some vehicles then. So what are we looking at? Steam. Are we on diesel now? Is that what we're kind of pushing towards? I think it might be. So it doesn't have any bonuses with loading speeds. So I'll buy this one. We're going to buy 2 of the same vehicle. Wagons. We want the ones that carry wood. Which will be this. With the side stakes. And we'll do 150 capacity. So I buy 2 of them. I put the one on line 23. Put the other one on line 24. And I don't need to tell them what to do because it's pretty standard. They know exactly what they've got to do. I haven't got them set to kind of completely fill just yet because I got to wait for them to kind of produce a bit more. But before you know it, they should slowly, if I fast forward, start producing or placing the wood at the station. Because there's shipments slowly going up on both of them. And then at some point, this one, okay, this one's already got 40 on. Holy moly. I think it's because this train for this one hasn't come out of the station just yet. It's just leaving now. And there we go, it's starting to get it as well. Okay, so that would do what it's got to do. It will start bringing the wood down here. Then we need to transfer that wood to over here to create tools. Now, my options that I could potentially have. Well, the obvious one would be set up a bunch of vehicles that collect it, drive it down to here, drop it off, then pick up the tools, and as they're heading, they can drop it off in Copenhagen as they're heading back to pick up more wood. That's what I could do there, so I can kind of make that a little bit more efficient, that line. We also have a little sawmill over there as well, which I can bring wood from, which the closest place... But then again, we've got this down here by Prague. So there's a couple of options I can do. There's a couple of options, but this is where we'll leave it. So instantly making me money straight away. Amazing. Amazing. So we'll bring them down via vehicle because our train line wouldn't quite work as well. And what other kind of towns around would also require tools? Is it just Gdansk here? I believe it is. Yeah. I don't feel like I mean, I could grow Gdansk and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like we'll utilize it for something else because there's a brick finger here. So I'll eventually get them sent over, but for now, we'll just kind of bring it to here. So what I need to do here then is buildings. I need the cargo one here. If I rotate you Right, we'll rotate it this way so we can like extend it going in that direction. That to there. This just to there. Very, very simple. Oh, hold on. And then I would need to do a unload stop, wouldn't I? Or do I unload it onto here? And eventually I could ship it out. That could be a good idea. But the tools that they're wanting, if I can speak English, are pretty much over in this direction. So if I drop that just there. So this line then would be from here to here to there and then back. So I know I need to rename all my lines, guys. I know this. I would do it before next episode. I don't want to sit here renaming them all right now. But we're picking up a full load here from Copenhagen North, which is solely going to be the planks. Then in Copenhagen East, we are then unloading the planks, then loading the tools. I don't care what loads that they pick up. It's entirely up to them. And then when they get into Copenhagen, we're then unloading the tools. That's literally all I want them to do. So the closest vehicle depot I've got then, oh, it's right here. Okay, that's good. And we need one that can carry planks and tools. So one that carries planks and tools. Perfect. Perfect. And we'll buy. I'm going to buy 15 of these. It seems really excessive, but I don't want to stick a train line tearing through this. It doesn't really make much sense for me just yet. Eventually, as time goes on, we'll get vehicles that can carry a whole lot more. But that will then feed to this. I could eventually maybe set up a shipping line. Who else would kind of need planks? I mean, we got tools down here, so I can feed planks via ship down to here, and then give Gdansk the tools that way. So there's always that possibility and road that I can pretty much go down. Now, all I want to do right now then is extend these, so they can store more cargo on while they're waiting for the vehicles to get over here. Also, that pushes that further down, so when I do build a little port there, it all connects over. Now, I'll leave this one for now, because I don't know how popular that's going to be. But how's this doing? So it'll take a while for that shipment to kind of come in, but then that will start leveling up. So we'll leave this run as it is right now. Copenhagen will start getting their stuff. Now, I did destroy it, but it's slowly crawling back anyway, so we should be okay. We should be okay. And we'll just leave it as that then. We'll let it flourish naturally. So, as we let it flourish naturally, I am now going to take a look, boys, at doing our plane line. So we're going to use Madrid as the central point. Now, what I need to do is, I'll probably pause the game for a second. I need to create a nice little flat area that, one, I can drop a big, beautiful airport in, but two, also incorporates a train line in as well. Now, I'm thinking if I deleted all this little section here and had the airport just there, with the runways going that way, this little grid section here going down is where I drop the train line, so it just kind of tears up. So I want to eventually go up to Bordeaux and up to Barcelona. It'll go down there to Seville, that way to Lisbon. It would all work. It will mean destroying a hefty chunk of Madrid that is grown so beautifully. But in return, I am going to make Madrid... I could potentially be making Madrid the biggest city on the game if I do what I'm planning to do. Which is not too good for London, because I was trying to make that the biggest city, but it's being rivaled with freaking Amsterdam right now, which I think that one's slightly taken over as well. At some point, I'll check it all the towns out and see which one the biggest is. But yeah, so terraining, we're going to go on a flat mission. Maybe a smoother mission. I mean, to be honest with you, I've got to destroy a lot of it first. So if I just get rid of all of this, they're not going to like me for doing this. But trust me, all I can say to them, it's for the greater good. You will thank me in years to come, Madrid. You will thank me in years to come. Now, it is kind of all bumpy and all over the place. So even doing something like this is quite ambitious, if that's the correct word. But I mean, the money I'm investing into Madrid right now is hopefully going to make me billions of dollars in the future. That's the only way I can kind of look at it. These $1 million investments should turn into $1 billion revenue streams. So, airplanes then. And, okay, so we'll go with a big... Do I just go big straight away? Is that what I do? Holy moly. Because I can drop a little cargo run on it eventually. Holy moly. That's huge. That's a huge airport. So if I drop this here, okay. Bam. The airport at Madrid. Oh my goodness me. And then delete these. Right, I know. It pains me to do this. But it's got to be done. To get what I want out of this. So, train station. Now, I could do the elevated. I don't know how this would work though. I don't think that is actually going to work. It's a mod, so I don't expect it to work. This is the elevated. Oh man, I didn't even realize how bumpy and wavy we all are right now. I think I should just keep it standard and normal. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to place this, and we're going to do it in a small version of it. That way then I can instantly jump it or throw it into tunnels. So I can then maximize the amount of road crossings going from one side to the other. So I'm going to place it here. Okay, which attaches to the airport so people can transfer over. Pretty simple. That is what I want to do. Then I'm going to configure it. So configure it. Okay, so platforms. So we've got cargo platform, we've got invisible platform, we've got passenger platform. So we've technically got 2 passenger platforms as of right now. I can then drop some tracks down and then put a platform for cargo. Or do I do one more set of tracks? One more set of tracks there. Cargo platform there. And then we'll do a passenger building. Now we got to go really small on this. Would that be wise to connect? It would do, but what I'll do as well is, let's see, platforms. If I did that there, and then where is the passenger building? See, that connects in. Cargo building. Ooh, bit too close. I'm looking for stuff a lot smaller. I mean, it works being passed over there, but I'm trying to create that connection on this side of the road so it all goes completely through. So, yeah, leave it as it is. I think this will work, because technically that is connected here, so people can walk up and then go through. I might have to do the platforms. Is it miscellaneous? Or can I get these in? I don't know if they work or not. I don't quite know how they also then transfer to the other side. Maybe if I deleted this. Platforms. If I drop the passenger platform here. And then miscellaneous. Put that in there so they can then transfer. I don't know if it works like that or not. But I'm just going to do it anyway. Okay, that works for me. It works for me, I assume. So we'll see what happens. So very complex and complicated, but it allows me then to have 3 passenger lines and a cargo line tearing through. Whatever that cargo line might be, I don't know. It just gives me the ability to add one in. And transfer cargo over as well to the airport, which is going to be really, really important. Now, this, if I configure it, only has a cargo hub. No, it has a main building. It needs a passenger terminal. There we go. It's got a cargo terminal. It's got a hangar. So that's got one of each as well, too. And then what I've got to do next then. So if I get my train track then to come out, and we'll use... Is that a straight line? I'm hoping that's a straight line, yeah. To about here. Just come out a little bit. So I can maximize the alignment. And then same for here. This is going to be the challenging part now. So, I want number of tracks 4. So I can quite easily connect it there, but I want the length of it to be as minimal as possible, while still having the ability to kind of make it go underground, which it works there. And there's too much. So we're looking at about 71. Yep. Okay. So then if I... Actually, let me do the tracks first to make sure that they do all connect. Yep. Oh, too much of a curvature, apparently. Ooh, okay. So if I delete you... Oh, that's a point. What if I standard tracks going up? Right, this is going to be interesting right now, trying to get these to run straight. If I did two separate tunnels. So I brought this down to 2. Yes! And then spin that right round. Oh, that's going kind of funky, isn't it? Let me bulldoze you. Oh, I can actually connect it directly onto the thingy. I reckon I could have done that there as well. Can I just double check it? Alright, spin it right round. Learning something new every day, guys. Learning something new every day. But it allows me then to potentially, obviously, create the crossing here. It allows me then to, okay, not quite there, but that's fine. Because then I can do the next one. So, because obviously that can go, oh, I'm still on a curvature, aren't I? That can go straight across here. And let's say we had another one that then went straight up to there. That one across here. So you can see how Madrid builds around all of this. And that becomes a central hub. And that's pretty much all I want to do to Madrid. So I know now it's kind of future-proof. All I then have to do is set up a bus route that collects everybody from around the city and then bring them to this part. But then the next question is going to be, where are we then traveling to? So, definitely got this one all set up right now. It's a good little section. We need one around here somewhere. And I think Budapest might be our answer to that, just because there's so much flat surface around. Then the next question would be, do I have it, the airport for like around here? Does it be on mainland Europe or is it in the United Kingdom? That's then the tough question, isn't it? I don't know where I progress with that thought process. Because we already have the transport for passengers being shipped over on a cargo vessel over to here, but I don't really have much building space to build an airport, right? But I've got this huge space here to drop an airport, which I can quite easily have a bus route that connects to that. That's if I'm using Amsterdam. Now, if I don't use Amsterdam and let's say I use, for example, Berlin, I could use Hamburg. But not everything leads over to Hamburg. That's the question. No, that's the problem, I should say. But a lot of things lead into Amsterdam. But then am I overloading Amsterdam too much? Or what if I squeezed it in here? Because Madrid is built perfectly right now for having the connection to the train line and the plane line. Because it was built with those intentions. As of right now, like all the other towns that have got train stations, the trains have built around them. So I don't really have much to play around with. And these are way too big. These airports are way too big right now. I think it only really makes sense maybe in Amsterdam. Or I just stick it to going from over here, Madrid, to Budapest. Bring it all the towns around Madrid into Madrid, because that we'll have a line that goes from Madrid up to Bordeaux, up to Paris, which connects to all these cities over here. So there's nothing stopping someone from London traveling all the way down to Madrid at the minute to then go all the way over to Budapest, which all the towns around it will connect to. And then once we got that set up, then we'll think about having a third airport set up somewhere in the future. Where, yeah, I do not know. I don't know. But it'll be interesting, wouldn't it? It will be interesting. So let's just focus on this then, because you can get carried away too much of it all and we'll end up building something shocking. We really would. So the best place to put this in then. So we've pretty much got to be thinking the same kind of system that we've got in Madrid, right? Having the airport and the train station nearby. Now, this does mean that we're going to have some issues, because this is not as uniform as Madrid was. So we're going to place the airport on the outer skirts, but I need to have decent train lines entering and coming in. So we're going to have some problems here, aren't we? I can already see the problems happening. So, just like Madrid, let's destroy everything. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. But listen, if they can understand it's for the greater good, and if they can understand the benefits that they get from this happening, little does Budapest know they're about to become a superpower in their own region. Little do they know. So train station's going to go pretty much here. And I'm thinking then, because there's nothing in this mountainous region here, we'll make the airport go sideways. And I'm hoping that then that should still technically connect. So if I start with the train station first, and here it is, passenger line. Pretty much same thing that we've just gone through. Now, we won't have the sheer amount of space available that we had in Madrid, but we can work with it. We've done crazier things before in the past. So placing this here then, if I then configure this. So what I want to do then is have another set of tracks on this side. Platforms. We'll have cargo as well, so cargo could potentially utilize it. And then, without making it too crazy, just... that's not close enough. Maybe go for a building instead. Small main building there for the passenger. Cargo. Just like that there. Simple, right? Simple. Yeah, simple. So passengers can get in. And I'm hoping an airport would work wonders if I rotate it. Going just here, which by placing it there, it does connect to the train station. So they can share goods. But I'm trying to pull it away a bit because the end of the runway. Right there, and it's still connected. End of the runway is just here, but I can make the road bend just after it. So we're all okay. These, they're all connected, so they can share goods, passengers, peeps. It's only a short walk down to it. Yeah, we got this. We got this. So what I'm going to do then, because in reality, we're going from Budapest over to Vienna, to Prague, to Warsaw, which then if I eventually get Warsaw connected to Gdansk and Riga, get Prague connected to Berlin, Frankfurt, get Vienna connected to Frankfurt, which then is all going to be connected to Amsterdam. Right? Every city is going to be intertwined in some way, shape, or form, and they can get to wherever they need to get to. It's just I'm using Budapest and Madrid as being hubs right now for the airports. Okay, that works. So what I need to do now then is create the tunneling system. Now it gets a little bit difficult because we have integrated 3 lines instead of 4. It just means I got to do a 2 and a 1, which would work fine. So if I did that kind of straight, there we go. Then bring it down to 1. It's a little bit easier for me to kind of handle it. And I know we're pretty much all good at that point, and we just leave it as it is. So then the road network, that would go straight into here. The edge of that is pretty close, but let me see if I can bring it down. Bring that across to here. And can I cross it there? Yep. So without viewing then, the train station's centered to the city. So yeah, I've done a lot of destruction, but it'll grow back with what I'm about to do. And then we'll get a bus route that kind of connects them all up as well. So it's win-win for Budapest. They don't understand how much of a win-win it is for them right now. We'll also add in a cargo terminal for them. So we can bring passengers and cargo over here at future dates. So right now, I won't add the train lines in for Budapest or Madrid. I won't do that just yet to connect into other cities. But that is going to be my plan next episode. Is then getting the satellite towns around Budapest to connect to them. And the satellite towns around Madrid to connect to it. Then all these towns from there to over here can share the same plane line back and forth. But then we'll get these 2 areas then connected to the other side of Europe via train. So everyone is intertwined and connected. There's a lot of configuration I've got to do in between. So there's a lot of stuff we've got to get set up. But as of right now then, there's nothing stopping me from creating our first plane line. So the passenger side of it, directly over to here. There's not really going to be much going on right now because we don't have the passengers being thrown over. So I'm only going to really set up 1 plane. Where does that line go? Damn, it's beautiful, boys. It's beautiful. So let's see what planes we've got to hand. So buy a vehicle. It's going to be a passenger plane, obviously. We got a Boeing 737-100. So what's carrying the most passengers? It looks like it is this one here. Now that was made in... Where's the year of it? Oh, build date, 1960. What's the newest plane we've got? This one here. ×2 loading speed, capacity 20. I think we just go for this, the BR Aerospace. And I'll just buy 1 of them. And there we go. So I'll put it into plane mode now for the first time in a while. Which Madrid and Budapest are now going to heavily suffer from the destruction that I've just caused. And we probably won't see any passengers on this plane ride at the moment. Because it is literally just to Madrid to Budapest. It don't make any sense until I got all the additional lines set up. But we officially have our first plane route, which is it is exciting. It is exciting. Very good, very good. So we'll come back to that in just a minute, and then we'll give it a few moments to kind of do what it's got to do. But how is our route over here then? So we are okay. So because I've had it paused for so long, it actually hasn't done a full cycle just yet. So waiting for the vehicles to make their move. So the first vehicle is going to drop off the goods momentarily, which will then cause some transport boost. So just waiting for this to get down here. Here it comes. Oh no, that's not it. Here it comes. There we go. Drop it off. And that truck alone caused 7%. That's pretty good, right? Now, that was the first truck there and that one there to pick up some tools to head back. So now we're creating tools. So when that transport increases, and then we can get the shipment increasing as well, we're on to a winner. We just need these to kind of pick up with the amount of stuff that they're sending over to produce more goods. But only this stuff will happen over time. And we should see, is this the first one coming in right now? The first vehicle to drop off tools in Copenhagen. Nice. So that gets its first set of tools, which on the charts then, the industrial side should slowly start to grow. That's a pretty good little setup right there. So to eventually grow this, I need to have another route on it to increase the shipment levels. Where would I send it? I mean, I can send it, I will send it directly over here. So that will kind of solve that issue. But I ain't doing it just yet until the woodland areas over here are completely producing to their maximum capacity. So it's just a case of playing the waiting game right now. That's all it is. Well, how's the airport doing now then? Anybody waiting to go? It'll be a while before we see anybody waiting to go. Because it doesn't really reach into the residential side. We need bus routes. Do I hear the plane? The plane's coming back, boys. Ah, yeah. So that will consistently keep losing money, but it's there nonetheless. Budapest is slowly growing back again after that huge destruction I've caused. Slowly climbing back, which is all good. But everything's all set up for us. I'm very excited. Very excited right now, guys. Very excited. So, let's take a look then at the... Is this the city button? Industries, town statistics. Who has the biggest population? It is London. And then behind it is Amsterdam and Rotterdam, then Berlin, and then Hamburg. So Berlin and Hamburg, Berlin's just here. We are integrated within these cities, which is good. Paris, now we do have a train line down to Paris, but we don't have a bus route to collect everybody around Paris. Now Paris is set upon this little river, which in terms of the game is... Oh, now it gives us new planes. In terms of the game, it's not the ideal location. But I want to see if I can improve anything right now. Collision, apparently. So let's see if I can just do a few little bits and bobs to kind of sort the area out a bit. I'm hoping we can have a straight line there. A straight line here as well. I'm trying to kind of bulk up the town a bit more. If I brought that to there, I can have a bridge going straight across. So incorporate the lines a bit more, make it more accessible in some areas. So then the river doesn't feel like a burden to the whole of the city. Having this additional road here is weird. And then see if I can get a bridge going across just here. So it's kind of built like a spider's web. This place. But that's what you just gotta do. It's just what you gotta kind of deal with when it's like this. But having it all intertwined and connected like this would then allow us to set up a nice simple bus route going all the way around the region. Okay, so in terms of this then, I need a bus and tram stop. So we're going to make our first one start here at the train station. We'll then bring it round to here. We'll then bring it down to here. Up to there. We'll have a stop just there. Here. Down to here. We'll come in this way to there. We'll end down there. So it's a bit all over the place, but it should be fairly a decent line to collect a lot of people around the Paris region to bring them to the train station. So I need a vehicle depot then. And I'll just place it all the way over here. So this could be a really big city eventually because of the amount of space that it's got to work with. It really could. So passengers then. Oh, is that a bendy bus I see? Right, we get three of them vehicles. They carry 21 people. And they do what it's got to do. So hopefully we start seeing more people on this line than heading back and forth. And it opens up the area to more right now, because when you look at it, the name is centralized and we got all this stuff around it. This could be quite a large little city that could. It really could. Right, I'm seeing a lot of people on this. Is this the buses? No. Where's the buses going around for this? Here we go. So if I just manage the line, we're going to change all the vehicles on it to the bendy buses. Because there's a lot of people waiting at the stations and just get more people moving in general. This is... Oh, where's the passenger line? This is the passenger line here. If I managed a vehicle on these lines, replace them passenger-wise. That is 150, 75 loading speed. There we go. Bit quicker. Get things rocking and rolling a whole lot more. See how that goes. Right, little improvements here and there. Small improvements here and there. So that's pretty good then. So was there any other cities that I needed to kind of do a little bus route? We got a bus route over here. Didn't need one for Riga. We got one for Stockholm. Got one for Copenhagen. Got one there, there, and there. Got one for Paris. I will eventually do one for Madrid. Doesn't make much sense just yet because we're not really going anywhere. How is the UK holding up? So in terms of London, is London still growing or is it plateaued? It kind of is on a little bit of a plateau. Emissions is pretty high. Stations. Quality is poor on the stations. Wow. I thought that would have been pretty good. Oh, this passenger line here needs a new train. So manage vehicles. So let's replace this with a diesel train. Passenger wagons holds 22. Up to 200 people on it. Replace. So where is that train? That train's now just heading out. So that then is now going to ship more people because there's a lot of people waiting to go to places. So not too many people want to head up to Glasgow. There's a lot of people waiting to get down to London. So I'll drop some peeps off, pick them all up. Is there many in Glasgow waiting? A decent amount, a decent amount. So it makes sense, doesn't it? Train should be slightly faster as well. Being diesel and all. So in it comes. Picking everyone up. So we'll get back down to here then, where it's got over nearly 300 people waiting. So that will put a huge dent in now as on the way back. It really would. So it's just a case of going back through these lines right now and seeing what's going down. That's got 37 people waiting there, but I'll manage the vehicle anyway and replace it with a more up-to-date, speedier version. There we go. It has a quicker loading speed as well. So that gets everybody on board that. Very happy with how that's now ticking along. So is that diesel train coming into London right now? Yeah. Completely filled to the brim. So that makes us then, by stopping here, 1.8 million. That picks up a load of people. And leaves 13 left. So yeah, we're now making the moves. Which has increased the quality now of our stations as we're able to kind of transport more people, which is really sweet. There's a lot of people waiting at the stations right now, so do I need more buses on this route? I might do, to be honest with you. Where's the road depot? Ah, it's here. Right, so if I buy 2 more of these... Oh, these are new buses. Getting 2 new buses on that route, so the stations aren't being overloaded again. And hopefully then, that will class this as being 0% and no negative boost or bonus or anything like that. That's what we're hoping for. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting right now. So we need to look at then other lines to kind of get up and running. So how is this tool line doing right now? It's consistently getting the stuff, but it could do with shipping to an alternative area to produce a bit more. But even if I did that, I'm going to make sure the supply chain is up and running. So I need this then to be able to ship to somewhere else. So I might have to set up that little shipping line. Now, how are these guys doing over here? Shipment's looking pretty good. Yeah, a lot being stored there. Decent amount just there. The train's not long just left. Right, so we're going to bring it down to here to get this to start producing. So all I really want is just a simple back and forth. Nothing over the top, nothing too crazy. Just a standard cargo harbour. That connects in there. If I pull it there, and then I just do a road going up to it. So that should, yeah, be connected there. And all I've got to do then is a line from there to there. All good. So like I said, nothing amazing, nothing over the top, nothing crazy. Alright, there's a depot just here, shipyard. So it's only going to be a small cargo, which will be this one. I only want one. And that is the one that then goes back and forth there. So the whole reason for it is to allow this sawmill to have two places to ship to, which then takes it to the next level. But then by taking it to the next level, it then produces twice as many goods. Meaning I'm then able to ship more to the tool factory, so the tool factory is then able to make more. That is the whole purpose of it. So I'm hoping these guys over here kind of start leveling up a bit as well. I mean, that station's doing amazing over here, but this one's slightly slacking. Don't know what it is about it. So, where's that ship then? It's just over here. So that'll go simply back and forth. We'll have this producing, which I could then start bringing it to Gdansk. And then start giving these guys the tools and incorporating more over here. So it all works out for us. It all does. But I'll leave that as it is, because it still needs more time to kind of build up. But what I do need to start thinking about, though, is... I mean, I can bring the tools to Gdansk. I can then bring the bricks over as well. Who else needs bricks? Copenhagen needs bricks as well. Anyone else need bricks? Any bricks down here for any of these cities? Not... Okay, so Zurich there, right, needs it too, and Lyon. But there's another one over here as well I can utilise for them. And there's another one over here as well. Barcelona and Bordeaux need bricks, and so does Lisbon. Madrid needs fuel. Now, where do I get fuel from? I know there's a bunch... Ah. Okay, we need to start working with this then in North Africa. Getting the oil processed, or crude oil into oil, then into fuel, and then sending the fuel over. Yep. We've got a lot of stuff to get done right now, guys. A lot of stuff to get done. But next episode then, we're going to get all the surrounding cities of Madrid linking to it. And then eventually getting connected up to the Paris line, which links up to the UK and Amsterdam and all that jazz. Same with the Budapest. Get all the cities around linked up to Budapest. And then I'll probably pick a line from Budapest that goes up to Prague. Probably into either Berlin or to Frankfurt and end in Amsterdam. So they're all connected, but then all the satellite towns are connected to one central city as a big hub. And then we can have the planes go back and forth, and then we'd probably then start thinking about where the best location would be for a third airport over in this region. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.